Today is yet another day of the week when I'm sharing with you one of my stories. And today's topic is how I left music and went into law. You remember that in my previous story, I was talking about how I started my music career, which was when I was at the age of 6. Now, I turned 18 when I pretty much ended my music career, having graduated with honors from one of the top musical colleges back in Moscow. And then something just dawned on me that I wasn't really made out of born for this particular life path. So I sat down, I cried a lot. I went through so much of inner searches and inner frustration and inner crisis that at the end of the summer of my graduation year from the college, I decided that I'm going to pursue a very different career, which is something I thought was much better suited for my personality. And that career was a career in law. Now, probably most of you know that eventually I have become a lawyer and a musician, and I ended up practicing both music and law. However, it wasn't that straightforward or easy as one would think. So here I am at the age of 18, thinking to myself, I guess it's time to do something differently. And how do you think I arrived at the idea of entering a law school back home? When I was still at the music college and I was still a super insecure, very unconfident student, constantly feeling that I will never be good enough for a solo career as a piano player at big stages all around the world. One of those days, a movie came out. And yes, everybody heard of that movie. Everybody everywhere in the world. The movie was called Legally Blonde. No, I wasn't blonde. I've never been blonde ever in my life. When the movie came out, surprisingly enough, I found so much in common with the main character in that movie, played by no one else but Reese Witherspoon. So I kept rewatching it throughout my music college days, up until the moment when I turned 18 and graduated from the college and decided that time to do something different. And so I sat down, I locked myself in, I spent 1 calendar year, 1 year, the entire season, preparing on my own at home and attending very random, very sporadic courses at a couple of universities back in Moscow. Next thing I know, I'm already entering 3 major universities, 3 law schools, 3 highly recognized faculties. Where I ended up, you would ask? Well, I ended up at the top, as usual, which apparently is part of my career path. Everywhere I go and everything I do, I end up at the top, surprisingly enough and strangely enough. So I entered Moscow State University, named after Mikhail Vasilyevich Lomonosov, and graduated with honors yet again from their law school. And not only it was graduation with honors from their law school, it was also the time when I entered legal workforce. And it wasn't just a workforce, it was my first step at international law career. But that would be another story at another time, in another video. Now, the takeaway would be, you never stop at what you already achieved. You always keep moving. So I kept moving from music into law, just to come back 15 years after that, back to music. Who would ever guess? And we will talk about that a little bit later in another story. Until then, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Angel T.O. That's exactly the name of the channel. And watch some videos out there. One of the most recent one I posted is me playing some very rare piece of music by Padre Albéniz of the early 19th century, his Sonata in Re. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye!